Okay, I found a newer article that I want to read, and I'm not going to use my teleprompter because it's morning and I'm too lazy to set that up. But I had to really search for this article because any kind of reliable source on the subject was hard to find. I found an article in Time Magazine. I couldn't read it because you have to be a subscriber to Time Magazine. I found a ton of stuff that are either blogs or stuff that are clearly written by Christians that I didn't even bother reading because they're basically saying, no, it's not true. People are not born gay. It's a choice. People can choose. Yes, there's a ton of articles like that. And I just like stuff written or made by apologists, Christian apologists, totally ignore that. I'm looking for something that's got, a scientific base, actually about science, having to do with science and genetics and stuff. Okay, so I found an article, and this was written on December 14th, 2012 by Joe Morgan. It's GSN News. Scientists think they have found out why people are born gay. It doesn't say if people are born gay. It says why people are born gay. So apparently this is a given now. So people kind of need to update their little brains. The article is called "Scientists Think They Have Found Out Why People Are Born Gay. Researchers believe mothers pass homosexuality onto their sons, and fathers pass it onto their daughters. Scientists say they may have discovered why homosexuality exists. Researchers from the National Institute for Mathematical and Biological Synthesis have said the genetics that make a person more likely to be gay are passed from fathers to daughters and mothers to sons. They suggest the answer lies in epigenetics, or how the expression of genes is controlled by temporary switches, such as how a gene behaves, known as epimarks. Gender-specific epimarks are usually erased from generation to generation, but when they do not, and they pass from a parent to a child, it can result in homosexuality. Transmission of sexually antagonistic epimarks between generations is the most plausible evolutionary mechanism of the phenomenon of human homosexuality. The study's co-author, Sergey, I'll have to spell this name. First name is Sergey, Sergey. Last name is spelled Gavrilets, said. Researchers have long believed sexual orientation has stemmed from the basic makeup of a person's DNA or their genetic line. I'm going to repeat that. Researchers, as in scientists, have long believed, so this isn't new to people who know stuff, sexual orientation has stemmed from the basic makeup of a person's DNA or their genetic line. Some have pointed to similar brain patterns in straight women and gay men, and straight men and lesbians. However, scientists say homosexuality, in terms of evolution, cannot be solely genetic because otherwise the trait would eventually disappear, given gay people are less likely to reproduce. Epimarks, on the other hand, are thought to have an evolutionary advantage that keeps them within the population. For example, some epimarks would work to protect a female fetus from becoming too masculine if testosterone spikes in late pregnancy. The study's lead author, William Rice, The study's lead author, William Rice, said these epimarks protect fathers and mothers from excess or underexposure to testosterone when they carry over to opposite sex offspring. It can cause the masculinization of females or the feminization of males. With the theory, Rice believes it could also be used to explain the occurrence of identical twins. The researchers have not tested yet on parents, as the epimarks are highly variable, it can be difficult to assess. However, Rice said it is the most plausible explanation so far. "We've found a story that looks really good," Rice said. "This can be tested and proven within 6 months. It's easy to test. If it's a bad idea, we can throw it away in short order." So there you go. Science is not trying to prove that people are born gay or not born gay. Science is past that and is now trying to figure out why people are born gay. So religious people who have their heads stuck in a book kind of need to pull their head out and get with the program. I can't even imagine denying people rights because of how they're born, because of something they cannot help, or denying them the chance to know a full, meaningful life, denying people the chance to know love and human intimacy, both emotional and physical, with somebody else, just because of the way they're born. I'm sorry, the Bible justifies hatred and intolerance. This religion justifies hatred and intolerance. The people who put videos out, like the guy who, I made this phenomenally long video yesterday about him and his ridiculous video. People who put stuff out like that, all they do is propagate hate. Is that the word? Promote. All they do is promote hate. All this religion does is promote hate. We are talking about a group of people who are born in a way that they cannot help. Are we to say to them, sorry, you can't have a normal life because of the way you were born? Are we going to say that to anybody who's born differently? How disgusting is that? Just because a book says something, we can say to a group of people who are born different than we are, sorry, you don't get to have a full life. I think that's not only wrong, I think that's an abomination. That's the abomination. So anyway, this is going to be a shorter video. I'm not going to keep jabbering because otherwise it too will be over 30 minutes. But I just wanted to read that article because I think it's a little more current, 2012. And yeah, 2012, scientists are no longer wondering about it. They're pretty darn convinced about it. They're trying to figure out why people are born gay, not if people are born gay. So time to wake up to, oh, actually, what am I saying? Christians don't acknowledge science. I'm sorry, I forgot. Well, yeah, science doesn't mean anything. Science is the enemy to Christians. I'm sorry. Okay. For a minute there, I thought that what science thinks about something would actually make a difference to somebody. So, anyway, if you've been watching, thanks. Bye.